What makes you blush? If there were no rules for today, what outrageous thing would you do? And for you, what is the essence of a woman? These are just 3 of the most iconic Miss Universe questions through the years, but those are usually reserved for that final moment. Preliminary interviews usually expect deeply personal views and information about the candidates. But just like any other pageant question, our dearest Miss Universe Philippines experts say that the most important factor is the delivery in which it is effective and confident. Join us again today for our second batch of Miss Universe Philippines candidates. This is a question and answer preliminaries, and this is the game changer.
Thank you.
Hello, so we will drill 30 seconds first, no? 30 seconds from my bell. Hindi bell, 35 minutes.
Okay.
Tell us something about it.
Hello, I'm Sigrid Flores from CATANDUANES. I'm a missionary, a motivational speaker. I'm also a charity worker and a founder of a charitable group.
What is one beautiful word in your local language, and what does it mean?
Magayon. That means beautiful. And I think that there's just so much beauty in my language, in my dialect, in my province, Catanduanes, because not just it offers a lot of beautiful tourist spots, but it actually is amazing because even if it is situated in a very calamity-prone place, it gives so much symbolism of strength and resilience to not just in...
What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact?
As a child, I experienced growing in a riles ng tren. And it is where I actually found my life goal and my purpose. I resolved that I would use my life to create a language of hope and a narrative of hope, to be a representation of love to the people who are in the underprivileged area. So when I was able to get out of that situation, I really committed myself and did my best to be a better version of myself. And now I'm a charity worker. Thank you.
In this pandemic, what is the most important lesson that you learned?
The very important lesson that I learned is to do away with apathy. And that's always what I believed in, because I believe that people are naturally compassionate and loving. And I think that it is an eye-opener that we need each other to see each other through, especially in times like this. And I've seen how we've come together. And I know that if we become a one heart, we can overcome any crisis, even this pandemic.
If you win the crown, how will you help your...
For such a time as this, I believe that we need a queen that knows how to unite people's hearts. And especially now that we are in the middle of the pandemic, I will educate people about the role of charity and helping out. And I will compel them to be involved in the arena of charity, because I believe that it is our role to see each other through. And of course, if we become one heart, we are going to be an unstoppable force. Thank you.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I think the color that represents a phenomenal woman is yellow, because it is actually a color that symbolizes joy, happiness, and especially hope. And I think that is what we need right now.
Okay, working from home is the new norm.
Yeah.
So what skills do you think we need for what we call the workplace of the future?
I think that It is amazing how the pandemic allowed us to become more resourceful and creative. And personally, what I learned is that we should optimize the social media. And I am a motivational speaker. Before, I used to go to events, but now I was able to do motivational speaking engagements even through online. So there are a lot of people who would contact me, and I was able to do as effective, even if I was not there in a physical place.
Can you name one spot, man-made or natural, from Catanduanes that you'd like to promote to the world?
Oh, I'd love to promote Puraaran. It is a surf spot, and I really love the beach. I'm a beach person, and aside from that, it actually showcases what we are known for, the land of the howling winds. So we have very good waves, and I think that if I will be able to showcase it to the world will know that Catanduanes is a force to reckon with.
There's a campaign to hashtag Love Local. So when it comes to products, local products, what would you like to promote and why?
I think I would promote abaca. It is very native to Catanduanes and endemic to Philippines, distinctly Filipino. It is not just world acclaimed when it comes to its quality. It is also, it symbolizes strength and resilience of not just Catanduanes, of course, but the Filipinos. And I think if it will be given, if it will be given enough attention and research, it will help us to be recognized internationally.
And the last question, what do you think young people should focus on?
I think the young people should focus on working on bettering themselves, finding out their passion and purpose, because when they know their passion and purpose, that can serve as their internal compass, and they will never go wrong in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much po. Salamat.
Kasi ang narrative of hope, it's so nice. I'm going to steal.
I am so elated. I was able to really express myself well, and I think that I represented. I think you really have to know who you are to be more self-aware. You have to be true to yourself and tethered to your purpose.
Good morning, everyone.
30 seconds for every question.
I'm Billy Hakenson. I'm representing CAVITE. I work as a flight attendant, and I've been flying for 4 years now. I am a dog person. I love to cook. I love staying at home, and I'm a bisexual, and I'm proud to be here. It's the coffee. It helped.
What is one beautiful word in Filipino that you're from Cavite? And what does it mean?
I think my favorite Tagalog word would be kamusta. It shows concern. It shows that you really want to know something about the person, especially how the person is. And usually the reply is also kamusta. It reciprocates, and the care is there. It is a legit communication between two people.
Next question. So what is that learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact?
I think if it's about lesson, it's lesson of being forgiving. It's something that I can carry out all throughout my life, because keeping grudges in you is gonna impact you more as a person instead of the other person that you're mad about. You have to be forgiving about everything, and I think it has to start from as early as a child, because you have to bring it with you all throughout your life, and you have to be able to share this to everyone as well.
What about in this pandemic? What do you think is the biggest lesson that you learned?
That we have to ask for help. That there should be no shame in asking for help. And I experienced this especially with this journey because I live alone in Cebu. That's where I'm based. And that altruism is actually still evident in the world today. That cooperation is actually the key in challenges such as this.
If you win the Miss Universe crown, how will you help your community?
If it's in Cavite, I already started a few organizations. It's not really me who started it, but I've been a part of it. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I've been working for 4 years now, and I have been trying to support my family, and I haven't been really in-depth in terms of helping the community, but I would want to start doing so with the help of the Miss Universe organization.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Chartreuse.
Spell.
Green na lang. green na lang. It's a very hard color to pull off. But I think with the right level of confidence, I can do it.
Cavite has a very soft spot in my heart.
Oh.
So, but I think I grew up there or my family's from Cavite. But if you have to name one spot, whether it's man-made or natural, that you'd like to promote to the world, what spot in Cavite would it be?
I think the pineapple farms of Silang Cavite. That's where I grew up. So going to school, going back home, I always pass by that. And the farmers there are really, really nice. We have a sari-sari store, and they would bring pineapples every morning if they can. And I love the sour ones, especially the ones that are not yet hinog. And I think that needs more promotion. That needs more, it can be promoted further. You can do other stuff with pineapples. We can make fabrics out of it, but it's not exposed.
There's also a lot of people doing work from home now.
Yes.
So what do you think are the skills that's needed in this so-called workplace of the future?
I think charisma and confidence is something that transcends the screen. It is something that you can show to everyone, even with the barrier of internet connection, technology, and screen. But I have to admit, something that's lacking is still warmth. And I think we have to work on that more. We have to translate it to people that we are still warm, that we are still loving, even if we're miles apart, even if I'm not there to physically support you. My warmth and my heart is still there. And I think that is something that we can really practice, especially us Filipinos, that we are really, really warm people.
There's a campaign to hashtag love local. So what local products do you want to promote and why? Pineapple spelling?
Maybe that's one, but since I love to cook, siguro Filipino food. I don't know why, but Filipino food is very diverse, but it's not really well known. We have Vietnamese food, we have pho, we have a lot of Asian food, but Filipino food is not really up there. So probably sisig. We have adobo, who is actually kind of Spanish, but we made a twist on it. We have sinigang, who is authentically Filipino. So I think that would be the first one, because a way to someone's heart is always through their stomach, especially for me.
The last question is, what is one thing you think young people should focus on?
I think they should focus on being more self-aware. They have been looking outside through their phones, comparing themselves with other people, when in fact they haven't really looked inside yet. They haven't observed and appreciated their strengths, their power, their weaknesses, what things they have to improve on. They've been so focused on molding themselves into packages of beauty and standards and hypes. I think they have to be more self-aware of themselves. They have to look deep within them, find that motivation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Grabe, likod ko. It's full moon niya.
Everyone who supports you, what about people who inspire you? Do you think they will look at you and say, I'm proud of this person right now?
I certainly hope so, but apart from that, I'm mostly trying to impress myself, first of all, because you cannot give something that you don't have. So I'm starting there, and then I'm trying to translate it to everyone who's going to watch me.
Mayungod to.
Tell us something about yourself.
Mayungod to ninyo tanan. Good noon. My name is Tracy Maureen Perez. I'm representing my hometown, Cebu City. I'm an industrial engineer by profession. I'm also a model and a beauty queen based in Cebu City. And an interesting fact about myself that I'm very proud of is that I'm a miracle baby. Life is an absolute blessing for me, and I take every chance that I can get to learn from every experience, both good and bad, so that I can definitely live my life to the fullest.
What is one beautiful word in Cebuano, and what does it mean?
Guapa. Definitely guapa for me, because it can mean a beautiful person, a beautiful experience, a beautiful place. And that for me is, I think, the most beautiful word that I can say about a Cebuano word that represents the Filipino and the Cebuano culture.
Next question. The what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
The biggest learning definitely is to be grateful. Again, I'm a miracle baby, and my mom has always taught me that this life was given to me. It was a blessing to me. And so, yes, I take every chance that I can get to just experience, to have fun, and to make the most out of every situation, and to really connect with people, because that is the most important for me, connecting with people and connecting with them through experiences.
So in this pandemic, what do you think is the most important lesson that you learned?
During this pandemic, aside from taking care of our health, of course, health is the most important wealth that we have. It's also making sure that we have a safety net, that we are financially stable as much as possible, because that has been one of the biggest problems of every family in this country, financial instability, because of what happened. The pandemic has uprooted so many people and so many businesses, and I think if we can learn from this, we should be able to be more prepared next time.
If you win the crown, how will you help your community?
If I will be given this huge platform, I will push for equal opportunities for women, both in the workplace and in the school, in gaining access to education, because I think that women are already intelligent, smart, and powerful, empowered, but we have to give them the opportunity so that they can broaden and widen their horizons and be the best that they can be and reach their utmost and best potential.
What color do you think represents the phenomenal woman?
Definitely red. It's my favorite color. It's fiery, passionate, and it screams hope. It gives you life. Red for me is a definition of being powerful and being confident with who you are and showing to people what you can do, what you can be.
Work from home is now the norm, right?
Definitely.
So, what do you think are the skills needed to this so-called workplace of the future?
I'm actually working from home as well. For the past 2 years, actually, I've been working as a freelance. And I think that it's a beautiful opportunity for everyone transitioning online, transitioning into working from home. Not only does it does it have a lot of benefits to the businesses in terms of costs, but at the same time, for the people who are working, they have to develop that sense of resilience and being able to tell themselves, I have to wake up early and do my best every single day, even if no one is watching.
So if there's one spot, man-made or natural, in Cebu City that you'd like to promote to the world, what would it be?
Definitely the Basilica del Santo Niño. That is the most historic place in Cebu City, and that is the exact reason why we celebrate Sinulog Festival. We gather so many people from all over the world, both locals and tourists, foreigners and Filipinos, so that we can celebrate the diversity of every single human being. And that is one of the most celebrated festivities in the country. And I'm very proud of that.
There's a campaign to #LoveLocal. So which local product do you want to promote and why?
Lechon. I'm such a foodie. Lechon. Definitely, I'm sure a lot of people, if not everyone, loves lechon. It's one of my absolute favorites. I eat it. I try to eat it every week. Even if I'm from Cebu, I don't get used to how good it tastes, and it's definitely best paired with puso or the hanging rice. Puso or the hanging rice. So if you guys can visit Cebu sometime, I would love to bring you there.
What is one thing you think young people should focus on?
Young people should focus on finding their true selves, finding their purpose. With the social media, with the age of social media, we tend to get lost and we tend to copy a lot of people that we forget who we truly are and what we stand
for and what we deserve. We deserve so much more. If you really just look into ourselves, focus on our core values, and just stick to that, then we will be able to reach our full potential and be the best person we can be.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Miss Lechon.
Miss Lechon. You remember me for Miss Lechon. Puso. But I'm glad that you know the term puso because not a lot of people know that it's the hanging rice. Sarap.
Larshan tayo.
Larshan. At saka pungko-pungko. It was the best that I could give at the given time. And I was just being myself. And that's always the way to go. You can never go wrong with being yourself.
Hi everyone. Hello.
It was me.
Yes.
30 seconds per question. Tell us something about it.
Hi everyone. My name is Apriel Smith. I'm 24 years old and I'm from the province of Cebu. And I am a daughter of a late former PBA basketball player, Daryl Smith. And we're four in the family. I am the youngest and I'm the only girl. And I have a transgender sister who's the one who introduces me to modeling and pageantry world.
What is one beautiful word in your local language? And what does it mean?
The one beautiful word is, for me, is guapa. You can differentiate guapa in every aspect, in all forms of Cebu. In any forms, beauty, food, and there's diversity. And I'm bringing the whole province of Cebu and also the island and the festive island of Cebu. It's guapa.
What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
There's only one thing that I could share to you is that the man of my life passed away, whom I can call my father. His peaceful goodbye changed my perspective in life because before I was a girl who is called a happy-go-lucky. But then I learned that we need to value time, especially to our loved ones, family, and friends, and cherish each moment with them because we never know when our time is up. So I think valuing time is very important as a kid. Thank you.
So, next question. So in this pandemic, what do you think is the most important lesson that you've learned?
Yeah, in this pandemic, the important lesson that I've learned is still valuing time because all of us are working nonstop, studying nonstop, and we didn't notice about what happens in our surroundings. So I think valuing time is very important in this pandemic, and you really can see what's the difference, what happened to this pandemic, and I can say that still valuing time is very important. That the lesson happened to me.
If you win, how will you help your community?
I will help my community by my advocacy because my advocacy is through youth sports and for anti-bullying. And being a Cebuana is very important to me because as a child, I've experienced discriminated and being bullied, and no one was there for me. No one was someone to lean on, someone who could say everything is okay because I am here, because being discriminated does not beat you physically, but will corrupt you mentally and emotionally. And I want to share that to my friends.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
The color symbolizes phenomenal woman is lavender. For me, I think lavender represents a very refreshing to your eyes, and I think that is a phenomenal woman. And it's lavender for me is a new perspective in life. It's a very optimistic and a very positive, because as a positive person, no matter may the things may not turn out the way you expected, we always see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I can say lavender is a nice color.
If there is one spot, man-made or natural in the province of Cebu that you'd like to promote to the world, what would it be?
That would be aside from the Kawasan Falls, which is located in Badian, that would be the Buho River, which is located in Aluginsan, Cebu. This may not be very known, but I want to promote it because it's very beautiful in there. And as I experience going there, it's so very peaceful. It's so very, you can meditate there. It's so nice. So I want to promote it. Thank you. Let's go. I'll be your tour guide.
Okay, so ngayon naman you hear the word working from home, work from home, work from home. So what do you think are the skills needed to this so-called workplace of the future?
I think workplace in the future, in this amidst of pandemic, I think I would really promote online selling. Because it's very timely, and I think while promoting online selling and this livelihood could really help other local and support local products, and by supporting this online selling, I think it should also support the internet connectivity here in the Philippines. So I think by that we can have the work.
I think you're familiar with the hashtag Love Local.
Yes.
So if you had a choice, which local product do you want to promote and why?
I would love to promote the guitars in Cebu province. Because it's already known by international that the Lapu-Lapu city already was the #1 in making of the guitars. So I want to promote, and my brother is also a musician. So he had 11 guitars at home. Yes.
The last question is, what is one thing you think that young people like you should focus on?
Young people should focus on and should aim self-improvement, should think greater self, because it's very important, and that's what I've learned a long ago as I've grown. And adopting yourself and accepting yourself is very important, and know your worth, because before I really didn't know what my worth is. So now I want to promote that. Sorry. It's okay.
So why PA?
May alcohol kasi ito.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Masakit sa mata.
Why? So, what's your take on
But you have to get it.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Because as a Cebuana, I've experienced a lot of discriminated and bullying, and I didn't know that I have this worth of joining any pageants. And when Leila Lopez won Miss Universe, I really got inspired. So by there, I want to be inspiration to the little April Smith who look up to me now, because there are some people who really message me that they're inspired by me, and I remember that I was in their footsteps as well before. So I really want to promote that one and break the stereotype of joining beauty pageants, not just Miss Tisa, and yun. So sorry. Oh my God. So sorry. Yeah, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I think you have a huge following. You know, a lot of people look up to you, so you can reach them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What made you emotional? Is it something that you are fighting for, or?
Yes, correct. That was something I am fighting for. Especially, I'm passionate about my advocacy, which is youth sports through anti-bullying, and I'm very passionate about that one. So when I got there, I really got emotional because I really want to push this advocacy and to promote it.
Maing buntag.
So, the other questions have been to answer them. The first one is, please tell me about yourself.
Okay, I have so many things to say about myself. Well, I'm Inday Alaiza Malinao, and I'm nervous and excited. And I've always believed that Inday can do whatever I set my eyes and heart into. So, kinakabahan talaga ako. Okay. Nung bata pa ako, naalala ko, hindi ako binibigyan ng parents ko ng pera. So, sabi ko, okay, nakita ko na opportunity ko sa farm ng lolo ko. I'm sorry, it was 30 seconds.
Were you briefed over 30 seconds?
Yes.
30 seconds per.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So, okay, second question. So, you have 30 seconds to answer this.
Okay.
So, what is one beautiful word in your local language or dialect? And what does it mean?
Padayon. That means continue. In life, I've failed so many times, but in our language, we are taught that no matter how many times you fall, you have to stand back up and smile and move forward. I'm so nervous, Mom. I'm so nervous.
Third question. What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
Oh, that was when I worked in our farm, in my grandfather's farm, kasi hindi ako binibigyan ng pera. So I realized, okay, magtatrabaho ako sa farm para may extra allowance ako. And then I realized na if may initiative ka and you are hardworking, you can get whatever it is that you want in life. And now I'm here.
In this pandemic, what is that one major lesson that you learned from this pandemic?
That food is very difficult to get from the farm to your table. And that was a life-changing event for me to be able to volunteer in an organization called Move Food Initiative. I learned how to become a driver, a tindera, maybe a farmer sometimes, but now I respect farmers even more, and I hope I can teach everyone to really value the food on their table.
If you win the crown, how will you help your community?
I have been helping my community even though I don't have the crown yet. When the pandemic happened, I connected them to our municipal hall and asked for seeds. And now I'm looking at succeeding as an entrepreneur for our Vanilla Dream Farm so I can help not only our community but the entire Mindanao as well. We are targeting to help the coconut farmers and plant vanilla in between. So not only that, ba't ako kinakabahan? I'm so excited to be here. Okay, relax, Alaiza, relax. Okay.
Madali lang to. What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Yellow.
What?
Actually, and women empowerment is violet, but my favorite color is yellow. Because when you see yellow, it captures your attention right away and makes you happy. And it's bright, brings you joy. That's me.
So, if there is one spot in Davao City, man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
Well, Davao City is known to be the home of the Dutertes, but we are also a home of 11 ethno-linguistic groups. So we transformed one park into a place where people can visit and meet all the 11 ethno-linguistic groups, including their houses, what they have in their homes, their costumes, and their people. And I want you to get to know them more.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Another thing that we hear a lot nowadays is work from home. So they say this is the workplace of the future. So what skills do you think is needed in this so-called workplace of the future?
When the pandemic happened, I was able to grow a garden in my balcony, and I believe in sustainability. So I think people should learn how to grow their own food in their backyard or balcony. So no matter how many pandemics happen, hopefully nothing will come in the future. They will be food secure, and they will never go hungry.
There's a campaign, hashtag Love Local. So, looks like you're doing your part.
Yes,
What local product do you want to promote and why?
Definitely the vegetables of the farmers. I want to make sure that one day we can help the food system be better, because there are so many things that we can promote, but we are not helping our farmers to make sure that they can reach the markets. And I want to help them to be able to reach the markets right away, so no more food will be wasted. Thank you.
Question is, what is one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
Themselves. You can never get anywhere if you don't know who you are. When you know who you are, you know where you are going. So with me, I know that I am a farmer, and no matter how many places I visit, I would always go back to the farm, and that's where I want to improve my community and my family.
That was the last question.
Okay. More. Thank you.
Benguet to Baguio Farm. Magalit na naman yung mga Benguet beans.
If there's anyone you wanted to inspire with your performance, who would it be?
I think the young Indays, kasi ang daming Inday sa probinsya namin that they think the only breakthrough in life is to get married. And I want to show them that they can be whatever they want to be, and they can always follow their dreams. Kahit paano pa sabihin ng society or ng parents nila sa kanila.
Nahirapan na ako.
Hi, good morning po.
Good morning. Yes, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning po.
How are you?
I'm cold.
Are you cold?
Yeah, it's cold. Wala lang, trip ko lang.
Feel mo lang?
Yes.
Okay, so you can speak in your language if you'd like to.
Ooh.
Pwede rin na English. Wala yata nagbibisaya sa amin dito pero pwede yung subtitle.
Okay.
30 seconds lang.
Okay.
Every answer. Tell us something about it.
My name is Ahmed. The meaning of my name is peace. I love reading books and I love sketching.
What is one beautiful word in your local language? Just one. And
Padayon.
What does it mean?
Padayon means to keep on going, to continue. So it's related to my advocacy rin kasi about mental health awareness. So padayon.
Next question. What is that one learning experience that you had when you were a child that made so much impact on you?
The lesson that I had to be vulnerable, na I have to be human in order to grow more. Kasi before, I was such a shy kid na talagang enclosed talaga lahat. And then growing up, I realized na it's okay to actually just be vulnerable and affectionate because that's where we grow.
And then what about in this pandemic? What do you think is the most important lesson that you've learned?
The most important lesson that I've learned is to just keep on going. No matter how hard it is, no matter how frustrated you are, no matter how dark it is, just keep on going kasi even though you're frustrated, towards the end of this tunnel, lagi talaga may bright side.
If you win, how will you help your community?
If I would win, I'd like to give more recognition about my advocacy po, mental health awareness po. More on sa province ko po, DAVAO del Norte. I have to start small muna. I have to start with my province first. And with the children talaga.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I think the color that symbolizes a phenomenal woman is red because it's fierce, it's passionate, and it's empowering.
Okay, if there's one spot, man-made or natural, in Davao del Norte that you would like to promote, to the world, what would it be?
I'd like to promote Talaingod because it's a municipality in my province na punong-puno ng IP. And it isn't that visited that much. Kasi ang binibisita talaga sa amin is Sabal Island. Kasi nga the beaches and everything. But when you go to Talaingod, you would see the culture talaga doon. And you would appreciate it even more.
Okay, so another question. You've been hearing the word work from home, work from home, work from home. So siya, kumbaga. So what do you think are the skills needed to this so-called
Work at home.
workplace of the future?
I feel like work at home, kailangan talaga disiplina because it's so hard to work at an environment where you're used to being relaxed talaga. So environment really matters when it comes to doing certain kinds of things. So I really think the disiplina talaga ang pinaka-importante.
There's a campaign that's called #LoveLocal.
Yes.
So if it were up to you, which local product would you want to push and why?
I'm wearing the local product I like to push. This is actually the first ever fabric sa province ko in Davao del Norte. This is Musa fabric. It's made out of banana fiber. Kasi usually sa Mindanao, ang ginagamit is talaga is tinalak, if you noticed. And this is the first ever Musa fabric, made out of banana fibers. So I'm proudly representing this. Yes.
Kahit malamig, di ba?
Oh. Thank you po.
Last question. What is one thing you think that young people should focus on?
I think young people should focus on themselves and on their mental health because it is important to put yourself first when it comes to situations. Yourself has to come first talaga before other people.
Thank you. Good night.
You know po?
Yeah.
Okay po. Thank you so much. Miss Joyce po sa Davao del Norte.
Banana fiber mo?
Yes po.
I hope you enjoyed your Q&A and you can probably rest up for your next event.
I enjoyed my Q&A so much. I was laughing and I was promoting everything about my province. I loved everything that happened kanina.
All the vibes.
Yeah.
Batch 3. Na-late kasi siya, Mama J. Nandiyan na si Alaiza sa baba. Hi, may adlaw sa tanan.
Tell us something about it.
I'm Mariel Joyce Pascua. You can also call me MJ. I'm 27 years old. I'm representing the tuna capital of the Philippines, General Santos City. So I'm also a graduate of AB Mass Communication in the premier university of General Santos City. I'm residing in General Santos City, but I reside in General Santos City, but sorry. I'm 30 seconds. Nagulat ako.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
That's kalinaw. It means tranquility. Because I think in this time of pandemic, we all need tranquility and happiness. They say that I am the life of the party and I make people happy and brighten up the world. So I think if you have a party, you can always invite me. Kalinaw, it means tranquility. It's in Bisaya.
Okay, next question. What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
The courage that my mom she battled cancer, lung cancer, for almost 9 years. And in this time of pandemic, it is really hard for me because aviation industry is one of the most affected industry in this time of pandemic and working as a flight attendant for almost 4 years. And I lost this job. I lost my dream job, but it made me so stronger to achieve more in life and focus more on winning the crown of Miss Universe.
Speaking of the pandemic, what is the most important lesson you've learned during this pandemic?
To have an attitude of gratitude. We all have that time in this pandemic that we are so much, a lot of battles that is happening in our mind. I suffered a lot of depression because of the work, but I should have that attitude of gratitude to be more thankful for what is happening, for what I have right now. I have more time with my family, my health. I'm negative and time.
If you win, how will you help your community?
I'm so passionate with the youth in our generation. So I made a movement of Next is Me. I've been so happy to involve in our community in General Santos City to help the indigenous communities. I also have programs like Proyecto Cuaderno. It's a Proyecto Calon program that we made with Alaiza and with my sisters here in Miss Universe Philippines because we want to continue.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Phenomenal woman, it's green because it gives me, when I see green, it gives me it's so natural and it gives me tranquility. It's one of my favorite color because when I see green, I see so relaxed, and it's like a phenomenal woman. I feel relaxed right now, but at the same time, I'm shaking, but naubos, wala pa ko na. Hindi pa na-explain?
Ito, sige. So, if there is one spot, man-made or natural in General Santos, that you would like to promote, what would it be?
Definitely, that's our fish port. I want to show the Philippines and the whole country that we are the tuna capital of the Philippines. And you can see in it's fish scales. Yes, dried fish scales from a local in General Santos City.
Wow. Okay. So, we've been hearing the word work from home. So, what skills do you think is needed in this so-called future of workspace?
Future of workspace, that's grace under pressure. Because I lost my job as a flight attendant, I am currently working as a marketing consultant in a review center for IELTS. So I think we also need to have more impact in our society in helping our community. In a work from home situation, we need to be more. I know it's convenient, but we also need to be more impactful.
Time. There's a campaign to hashtag Love Local.
Love Local.
So, in 30 seconds, which local product you want to promote and why?
That's definitely tuna. I'm from General Santos City. I want to champion our locality. So that's why I'm wearing a dress with fish scales because I want to show the world and show the universe rather that I'm from the tuna capital of the Philippines, and also supporting local. It's also supporting our industry, and our community.
So, last question. Is that one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
Self-respect. I have a 11-year-old cousin who always tell me that she's been bullied, and I also experienced it right now, but it made me stronger. It made me stronger to who I am today. That's why I go out on my comfort zone and be Miss Universe Philippines, hopefully. Thank you. Gulat ako kay Direk. Thank you so much. Dagang salamat.
Do you think that you said everything that you wanted to say?
No, because it's so much little time, so I can't explain in 30 seconds. So I think I need a lot of time to explain myself.
Yung bag ng bigat mo, sir. Yung bag ng bigat. Kanya yung amin? Opo, malaman. Hindi pala pwedeng hawakan.
Okay, 30 seconds lang to for
Opo, sige po.
Kasi 5 minutes lang per girl. Sige. Tell us something about yourself.
So, naimbag nga bigat, kada kayo amin. My name is Adelma Krissel Benicta. I'm 26 years old and I represent the beautiful province of ILOCOS. So as you know, I am a frontliner myself, and working in this time of pandemic is a bit challenging but a fulfilling one, because for me, knowing that I'm able to help them in times of their need is a fulfillment in itself. Hiningal po ako, sorry. Opo, medyo napagod. Sorry. But aside from that, sorry. Okay po, sige. I work as a nurse po in one of the public hospitals in my province, ILOCOS.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean? So kanina mo sinabi si BAGUIO, ang ganda-ganda.
So if I would choose a beautiful word that translates to my dialect, that would be napintas. Napintas translates to beautiful. And I believe, as I stand here, I represent Napintas Abalasang, an Ilocana who shows to the world, confident that she has a heart to inspire other people. And I hope that showing my talents and skills as an Ilocana inspires other people also to inspire others. Mauyong. Mauyong, parang bagtit din po yun.
So what is that learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
Well, as a child, I've always been malikot. So I've always had to stumble, and these scars on my knees are representations that I'm a malikot. But the learning experience that I've had is always learning how to stand back up. And, you know, before I became Miss ILOCOS, I had to try 3 times. So that represents how perseverant and hardworking as I am, because that represents Ilocana. We are resilient, full of grit, full of love and inspiration.
What about in this pandemic? What is the most important lesson that you learned?
There are a lot of learnings that I've learned in this pandemic. One thing is to have that attitude of gratitude, sir. You know, I've always taught myself to always look for the things that I have in life, for the family that I have, for the friends that I have, because I've learned through the learning journeys in this Miss Universe that it's okay to have these people around you to share the feelings that you have, because you know you can never do things alone. And I think that's an important thing to have, to always be grateful.
Adele, if you win the crown, how will you help your community?
I've thought of that a long time, but it was really hard to think of a one thing to really spark that answer. So, but I feel like if I win Miss Universe, I can help my community by being the voice, because you know there are a lot of people in our community that don't have the voice to let out their needs. And as a nurse myself, you know, I want to show I want to be the voice to the nurses, because, you know, okay, sorry, nabibitin. Pero it's okay.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
A color that symbolizes a phenomenal woman for me is white. As you can see, I am wearing white because I believe that purity is important to become a phenomenal woman that you are. And to be a phenomenal woman, you have to know in your heart that whatever, as long as it is pure and as long as it is kind, to have these people around you have a better life. I think that's one thing that you can do to uplift lives of others.
So working from home is now a norm. So what skills do you think is needed to this so-called workplace of the future?
Yes, sir. It's really hard to work at home, especially for those who have this type of setting. But as for me, as I'm a nurse and I don't know their experience, but I think one skill that you should have if you are working from home is knowing how to thrive. Because you know you have to adjust to the things that's happening right now. And if you learn to adjust and accept the things that's happening right now and have the positive mindset, you can always overcome what it is.
If there is one spot, man-made or natural, in ILOCOS Sur that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
I'm originally from the municipality of Bantay, and if there's one spot that I would like to show to the world, then that probably is the Bantay Bell Tower, because you know it's a spot wherein it is a hill and overlooking the view of our province. And I think that's a great opportunity for if someone has ever to visit our province. That's like showing to them in a top view of ILOCOS Sur that we are a beautiful province. We are full of nature and, of course, beautiful people.
So that's a hashtag love local, right? So if you had a choice, which local product do you want to support and why?
Yes, I support local products, and I think that would be obvious because I'm wearing one now. So if there's one thing that I would like to introduce, that's the Abel Iloco. I believe that this Abel Iloco dress made by an Ilocano designer is a representation of how ILOCOS Sur has a great culture and heritage, and it represents how we Ilocanos are talented and artistic. Because the process of making the Abel Iloco is labor intrinsic.
The last question is, what is one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
I believe, sir, that what young people should be working on, focusing on should be their dreams. They should really know what their goals in life and knowing how their authenticity is. Because, you know, in this learning journey, I believe that knowing yourself truly and knowing your purpose and having that vision of who you want to become and how you can use that to be an inspiration to others is important. Thank you po. My loved ones are always there for me, cheering me on, despite having these beautiful ladies to compete with. But they reassure me that, no, you have the skills and the ability. You just have to believe in yourself and have faith in God, because once you have that, you can achieve everything. You can overcome whatever it is that you're going through.
Hello, good morning. I am Rabiya Mateo, 23, representing the City of Love, ILOILO. I am biracial. I'm sorry. I did introduce myself na. Yes.
Okay. So, 30 seconds lang. Given the introduction, tell us something about yourself.
I'm actually biracial. My mom is an Ilongga and my dad is an Indian, if you can see through my features. However, I was raised in a broken family and I experienced a really poor life. And I was able to rise from our situation as well because of educating myself. And now I decided to give back to my community, and I became a lecturer for physical therapy. That's why I was able to go to...
What is one beautiful word in a local language and what does it mean?
One beautiful word would probably guapa, which means beautiful. I feel like we have this statement in Iloilo, basta Ilongga guapa, which means every Ilongga is beautiful. And I'm very proud that with Miss Universe Philippines, I was able to bring that kind of aspect that every Filipino would know that statement, basta Ilongga guapa.
So, what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
If there would be one thing that I learned through my mother, that would be always forgive people, because there's no such thing as a perfect person. And when my dad left us, she never speak ill about him. That's why in every situation, even though other people would hurt me, I still choose to see the goodness in them.
What about in this pandemic? What is the most important lesson that you learned?
You know what? Even though you're struggling, you can still become the symbol of hope. I myself, I had fears, uncertainty, but I still realized that I could still give back to Iloilo City. Out of my pocket, I decided to go for the frontliners, and I know that's just a simple way, but that's my best way to help our modern heroes.
If you win the crown, how will you help your community? Well, you mentioned that, but are there other things that you plan to do when you win the crown?
Being a Miss Universe, you become influential. So I want to go back to my advocacy, which is Feed Me and I Read You program, which we help those children living near the dump site. If you have seen my Beyond the Coastline video, I want to go back there. And we need a lot of materials, learning materials. And I feel like being a Miss Universe, I will be able to pull donors into our project to make it foster even better.
What's the name of the program again?
Feed Me and I Read You program.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I feel that a phenomenal woman is red, because red is power and I am red.
Work from home is now a norm. So what do you think are the skills needed to this future workspace or future workplace of the future? Sorry.
As of the moment, I am working from home because we don't have classes, live classroom classes. That's why we decided to conduct our lectures online. I feel like nowadays we need to adopt to the situation. So we need to be versatile in what is happening around us. And online business or working from home is such a huge opportunity for us to spend more time with our family and as well trying to enjoy the life.
If you can name one spot, man-made or natural, in your in Iloilo City, what would it be?
I would definitely want to bring all of you to Haro Cathedral because you know what, in Iloilo, we don't have much of natural spots. But Haro Cathedral is like an establishment that witnessed the love and devotion that Ilonggos have towards God. And I feel like it's been there since the Spanish era. So with timeless memories and modernization, we were able to, arrive to be the Ilonggos that we are today.
There's a campaign that's hashtag Love Local. So if it were up to you, which local product do you want to promote and why?
You know what? It was also asked to me during Miss Iloilo, and I want to bring to the global community our very own hablon. That is our indigenous fabric. And I feel like, it enriches the culture of not just Iloilo, but of our country. Every time I wear hablon, I don't just wear Iloilo, but I wear Philippines.
Last question. What is one thing young people like you should focus on?
You need to invest in yourself. As of the moment, there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of bashers or backlash. But at the end of the day, when you practice self-love, you get to know the right weapon in order for you to win life. And I feel like right now, I am ripe enough to win the competition because I've done everything that I could to transform to become a phenomenal woman that I am.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you po. Actually, at first, I was kind of hesitant because you need 30 seconds to answer one question. But in the end, I was able to gain that momentum. And I feel like up until now, there's so much energy in me. I can do another round.
They told us that it's all about us, our personality. So I think I can do it because I know myself, and that's basically about us.
So, how are you?
I'm good po. How are you guys?
30 seconds lang for adult. Tell us something about yourself.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Kimchi Crizaldo. You might be wondering why I'm named Kimchi. I was born in South Korea because my parents were working there before. And I was named after the Korean appetizer kimchi. So I'm currently working as a flight attendant. And one of my greatest achievement in my career is that I was a presidential cabin crew. And right now, I'm currently studying my master's in business administration in Ateneo because I also want to have a business in the future and so that I can control my time and schedule. Thank you. Sorry, wait. Oh my gosh.
What is one beautiful word in your local language, and what does it mean?
Guapa, that means beautiful. I think every Ilonggo people are beautiful in our own ways. Whatever we have, whatever color of our skin, whatever how our physical features are, we are all beautiful in our own ways as long as we accept and acknowledge our fears and our flaws and insecurities. Then we are beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question. What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made you much impact on you?
One learning experience when I was a child is that we have different privileges in life. I live in a small community, and we went to different schools, public, private, and I've seen how life is, the reality of life for us. And with that, that is an aspect that I can bring to Miss Universe Philippines, for us to be able to appreciate more in life, for us to be able to give more and understand more. Thank you.
So what about in this pandemic? What do you think is the most important lesson that you learned?
The most important thing that I've learned during this pandemic is to not take things for granted. We all know that we have different privileges, and that's something that we have to acknowledge. Not every one of us
has the same privilege. And because of that, I was able to use my platform to raise funds, create donation drives for those underprivileged. And that's something that I would want to empower people for us to appreciate our life better. Thank you.
If you win the crown, how will you help your community in the future?
If I win the crown, I can help through my advocacy, because my advocacy is about public health and sanitation. My advocacy is about creating more environmental laws, because in Iloilo, we have community cleanup drive every Saturday of the month. And Iloilo province is aiming for clean identity province. And that's something that I would want to bring to Miss Universe Philippines, for us to be able to have a clean identity country, for every province to have that achievement also. Thank you. Why are you laughing? Hinihingal pala ako. I'm sorry. Sa lahat po.
What color do you think symbolizes a phenomenal woman?
I don't think there is a certain color, because I think every color, since Miss Universe embraces diversity, I think every color symbolizes a phenomenal woman.
So work from home is now part of the new norm. So what do you think are the skills needed to this so-called workplace of the future?
I never experienced work from home because I'm a flight attendant. So, but tourism industry is one of the most affected industry, right? So we get to have one flight in a month, and that's really sad because I really miss flying. And right now, what we can do is to pray that this will all be over, for us to be able to live the normal life again.
If there is one spot in Iloilo province, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
There are lots of globally competitive islands and beaches in Iloilo province that are underrated, and that's something that I would want to bring to Miss Universe Philippines, for us to be so I can promote my the tourist destinations that we have, like the Isla de Gigantes and the Sicogon Island. Those are white sand beaches and islands that are really globally competitive, that can be on the top best islands in Asia. Thank you.
There's a campaign with hashtag Love Local. So for you, which local product do you want to promote and why?
Local product that I would want to promote is our hablon. It's a fabric weaved by our weavers, and it's made of abaca, piña, and cotton. That's really something that I would want to support and promote, because it's also a globally competitive product, and that's also something that I would love to wear.
Last question. What is one thing young people like you should focus on?
One thing that young people like me should focus on is our authenticity. If we are able to acknowledge and accept our vulnerabilities, our fears, that we have our insecurities, then we can empower ourselves and use it to empower other people. That we can, if we use our authenticity, we can be beautiful in our own ways. We can be phenomenally beautiful in our own ways. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. Thank you for having me.
We have just broadcasted the dreaded question and answer rounds. And as far as we could account, this will be a pageant first in the Miss Universe format, wherein all the preliminary interviews are held behind closed doors. This has been the second batch of interview preliminaries, and this is Miss Universe Philippines 2020, the Game Changer.